43, hey, got it bounce on one take.
Bust it down, break it up. All these blessings I receive from waking up. I stay away, you niggas fake enough. This shit I seen, I just can't make it up. Bust it down, break it up. All these blessings I receive from waking up. I stay away, you niggas fake enough. This shit I seen, I just can't make it up.
And that song there is called Bust It Down by D-Rob, which gave me permission to play on all my media as well. It's from his new album called Me. Just came out. Go check it out on Spotify. The whole album is fire. But let's get into our gaming topics this week. Welcome back to the Press Start Podcast. This is episode 15. I'm your host, Vic, aka Mr. Never Chillin', and today is my first ever solo episode. Roger is unfortunately out of town this weekend, but I wanted to bring all the gaming news to y'all for sure. Recently, I've just been playing some more Valorant, of course. We've been going hard at that. A couple more people starting to get aces and whatnot, so we're definitely improving there. I've been playing a game called Last Stop. It's a game by Annapurna. It's a more of a adventure mystery kind of game. It's pretty fun. The art style is awesome. It's pretty cool. Also, we started the game Omno. That has been pretty cool. But yeah, man, other than that, let's get into the gaming news this week. We're going to start off here with Diablo Immortal. It was delayed until 2022. How I feel about this is it's good. It's good. Basically, this game's being delayed to 2022. Originally supposed to release this year. It was announced back in 2018. And I think being delayed is a good thing, given what has happened with like Cyberpunk 2077 and a bunch of other games too. So hopefully by delaying it allows them to have more time to produce a really high quality game and give the Diablo fans what they're looking for, you know. The pandemic has had a huge impact on the game industry, no matter how big or how small you are. Granted, because this game seems like it's a little bit smaller scale in a way, because it's a free-to-play MMO action RPG that takes place between Diablo 2 and 3, and it's only coming to Android and iOS. So, you know, mobile gaming, they're not big games, but it's a big market, so they got to be able to be successful here. So nonetheless, it'll be a game that I don't think I'll check out, but I know maybe Roger would, because he's a Diablo fan, or anybody else that is checking out the stream. Maybe you guys can check it out. But on to the next topic here. We got ID at Xbox Showcase. It's coming up here on August 10th. So make sure you tune into that if you guys are into indie games. But a couple games they did say it's going to be at the show here is the Artful Escape. It's a platformer that is developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur. Yeah, that's a hell of a studio name, you know. But it's also being published by Annapurna Interactive, which I just aforementioned, who helped create the Last Stop. Annapurna is a big-time developer. They're riding a lot of success right now, so I have a lot of high hopes for them. So hopefully this game is pretty cool. It's set to be released in September of 2021. From the Wikipedia site here for the gameplay, it describes that where the players control Francis and when moving him across a musical-infused landscape. Besides running and jumping, Francis has a guitar which he can play to create various effects, such as creating platforms or facing against boss characters. During the game, the player will encounter creatures that they can study to obtain a sound sample that they can use with others they have collected to create their own soundtrack for the game. Now that seems pretty cool, to basically take those collectibles in a game that are usually just like really boring and have no meaning other than maybe some backstory, some lore, but implementing like a gameplay mechanic, or like helping you create your own game, you know, because like you're creating your own soundtrack. That's pretty cool. I haven't heard of this type of feature before. So that game sounds pretty cool. It looks cool. I don't think it'll be a game I check out personally, but who knows? There's a game out there for everybody. So on to another game that they said is going to be at the showcase is the Ali Ali World. So this is a skateboarding game. It's being developed by Roll7 and published by Private Division, which is a big developer or publisher there. Basically, it's 2D platforming, completing quests and challenges while riding a skateboard around. Skateboarding games are huge right now. They're coming back in the mix. Skate was just re-released into the Game Pass. That Skatebird was just released or something like that. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Are we good? I think we're back here. All right, cool. But yeah. So back to Ollie Ollie World. It's a the skating games are definitely coming back, so be on the lookout for those. But let's move on to our next topic here. We're going to stay along the lines of Xbox. Xbox just announced the Aqua Shift Special Edition controller, which looks phenomenal. If you guys don't know what it looks like, go check it out. It's pretty cool. I actually just put in my pre-order. This is like the first time I've ever pre-ordered a controller. So that'll be pretty cool. That comes out at the end of the month here, August 31st. I think estimated delivery is like September 2nd. So I'm pretty excited for it to add to my collection. As you can see here in my back, I have 4 of them, plus the black controller, and I still have to get the red camo one. I think by far this might be the best looking next gen Xbox controller color design that has came out so far. So really looking forward to it. But staying along the lines here with Microsoft, of course, Halo Infinite had its technical beta or technical preview just out. It was invite only, and it looked cool. They start off by allowing you to play against bots to get adjusted to the map and gameplay and stuff like that, and then they implemented the real thing. This game looks really good. The gameplay looks really phenomenal. Has that classic Halo feel with like some new ways to play it and stuff like that. I think it's going to be really successful, especially because it's free to play. Like being free to play is really going to help the market. Right? Yeah, exactly. Spooky Crew. Yeah, the bots are new for Halo, which is pretty cool. I mean, bots in games have been around. Like Call of Duty always had them. You can change the difficulty on them and stuff like that. But having them in Halo has been one of those tough FPS to play. So I think this would be pretty cool to practice because you can scale them up or down depending on the difficulty you want to play against, and they'll maneuver to different parts of the map and play different ways. And even funny thing is, if one of them kills you, they can even come over and like teabag you and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. But along the lines of Halo, the Ways like maps app added the voices from Master Chief and one of the new bad guys from the Banish to its app. So now, like when you're using GPS, it'll call out the directions that you want to go with their voices. So that's pretty cool. Nothing too big there on that kind of news. But moving on here, got Ubisoft and Bungie. They're suing. All they need to do is shout racial. Right, exactly. That'd be pretty insane if they did that kind of stuff. That brings back the old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, how toxic those used to be. You get in there and you'd be like, hey, what's up, guys? And it's like, oh, fuck you, fuck your mom, this and that. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta chill out there. But yeah, moving on to exactly, Phil. Moving on here with Ubisoft and Bungie. They're suing Ring One, which is a creator behind like cheats and hacks and stuff like that. I think this is huge because it's been ruining the multiplayer gaming community. Like Call of Duty and Valorant, for instance, and stuff like that. So this is huge. We definitely they need to start taking more proactive approaches to this to go against hacking and modding and stuff like that. This hack specifically has affected games such as like PUBG, Destiny 2, Rainbow Six, and apparently many more games. But those 3 games are pretty huge. You're affecting millions of people who are going to lose interest in a game because of hacks if they don't make a stand for it. But hopefully, because like I referenced Call of Duty's terrible right now. I don't even play Warzone anymore because how bad the hacks are. So hopefully Activision, even though they're dealing with a lawsuit and going through that whole shenanigans, which we were supposed to cover if Roger was going to be here today, but they need to take notes. They need to go after hacking groups and cheats and whoever that are behind these hacks need to get in trouble, need to be taken down. Right, exactly. It's definitely going to be hard to be proactive in a way, but they need to be. If they can't be proactive, they have to be reactive. If they start seeing hacking and cheating in a certain way, they have to investigate, look into it, do their research, figure out how they can get rid of this. Because otherwise, like, I'm a huge Call of Duty fan, but Warzone lost me. Season 5 or 6 or whatever is about to drop. I'm not excited because I don't care about hopping into Warzone. But yeah, like I said, but hopefully they do learn from this because it's not good for the gaming community. It's going to deter people away. Like, this is one of the biggest markets. We talk about it all the time. But hacking and cheating, like, there's no fun in that. Like, I don't see why people think it's cool or fun or enjoyable. Like, there's no competition anymore. Like, there's no challenge to excite you. Like, you're going to get bored really quick. I just don't get it. But moving on to here to our next topic here, staying along the lines of Ubisoft. There's going to be an Assassin's Creed Odyssey character coming to Valhalla, but they haven't said who. So I'm going to give my guess, and I think it's potentially going to be Alexios or Cassandra, and that was the main character. And depending on if you chose male or female, is who was the main character. And then like because you were brother and sister in that game, and the other person then became like the bad person in the game. Spoiler alert: if you haven't played it, game's been out for a while. But I think how they could do this though is that I think would be pretty cool is if they allowed you to use your own specific save file to carry over your character into Valhalla. Like that'd be pretty cool to see, you know. Um, but this could be the beginning of the transition to the new Assassin's Creed platform live service model that they kind of talked about. I think it's called Assassin's Creed Infinite or Infinity or something like that, where it's going to be like a platform where they add new storyline, add new stuff to it. So maybe this is the beginning and they're testing stuff, like implementing certain features and stuff like that, especially if they go with my kind of idea that I have. But nonetheless, I think this is pretty cool that they're going to start implementing some more content. I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla probably had the biggest support with content and DLC and just post-launch content in general. Like they had seasonal events and new DLC and expansions and new story. It was pretty good. Overall, the game was great. It took me about 70 or 80 hours to beat myself, and it was a really enjoyable game. But on to our next topic here. There's a new South Park game in development. Um, I've never played any of them, so I can't really talk too much on them. But this is pretty cool to hear that there's another one in development because they usually sell pretty cool, pretty good. South Park, the creators actually just signed a massive deal to produce more content. Um, yeah, I heard Stick of Truth was pretty good, Spooky. And also like the name of the other one after that, Fractured Butthole. But that's a hell of a name there. I mean, it's perfect for South Park for sure. But with this one here, they haven't announced on who's going to develop it. The um, the first game was developed in partnership with Obsidian Entertainment and South Park Digital Studios, which Obsidian helped create like the Outer Worlds and they're already working on like Avowed and Grounded. So I doubt that they're going to be helping out with that anytime soon. And then the second game was developed by South Park Digital Studios and Ubisoft's internal game development studio. So I'm not 100% sure who could come on to develop this. It'd be pretty cool to maybe go with South Park Digital Studios with like maybe like a newer developer, a smaller team, a newer team, indie team maybe, and give them like the funding and the creative like um, openness to basically have fun and create whatever they want. But yeah, Spooky, yeah, Obsidian is great, man. Like they produce a lot of great games, a lot of great content, and I'm really looking forward to Obsidian's future games. Moving on here to our next topic, we got Oxenfree 2. Lost Signals was announced for PlayStation. It's coming to PC, and I think it's coming to the Switch if I'm not mistaken. If anybody's not familiar with the first game, it's a mystery adventure game, and it's developed by Night School Studios. I played the first one. I highly recommend playing it if you have not. It was a really story-driven game, and I just love the mechanics and the gameplay and the visuals where it's beautiful. And there was a bunch of like crazy shit that happened in that game for sure. So I'm really looking forward to this next one. I'm just hoping that it does come to Xbox because as of right now, it has not been announced. I think this could be a great game for Game Pass, as everybody knows it does show up, knows that I am a huge advocate for Game Pass. Put it on Game Pass, you'll make your game tenfold successful, easily. But this one here is set 5 years after the first game, and it's set in the same town, Kamina. This time, players. All right, I think we're back here. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah. So Oxenfree 2 though. This time you join Riley in the coming of age story with supernatural elements, which is basically what the first one was about too, with like being a lot of supernatural stuff going on, and you were trying to figure out what happened, and you're trying to find all your friends and whatnot. Um, Cups on strings, yeah, that's pretty hilarious. At this point, I might as well use those because this brand new Microsoft wireless headset has like the worst issues when I have it connected to my PC. But when I connect it to the Series X, perfectly fine, no issues. Blows my mind. I might as well just go back to using my Turtle Beach headset that I have over there. Um, but nonetheless, yeah, Oxenfree 2. Really looking forward to it. I believe it's coming out by sometime by the end of this year. They haven't really given an exact release date. First game is really enjoyable. It's on Xbox, PC, Switch, PlayStation. If I'm not mistaken, it might be even on mobile. So if you haven't played it, go check it out for sure. But speaking of Switch, this is big news. Big news. We talk about the success of the Switch all the time. But the fact that it officially has now outsold the PS3 and the Xbox 360. It's not mind blowing in a way because at this point it's almost expected of how successful this console has been. But the PS3 and the Xbox 360 were both respectively were successful consoles as well. With that, the Nintendo Switch moves into seventh biggest console of all time with selling over 89 million units, and that number's only going to rise with the release of the OLED version of it here soon, and potentially if they come out with the Pro model that they said that's not in the works, but I think secretively they're working on it. But yeah, man, this is huge to hear. The Switch is such a phenomenal console. Um, I have one, but potentially, unfortunately, my girlfriend has it. I let her have fun with it and play with it, so I can't wait until she moves up here at the first week of September, so I can go back to playing my Switch because that'll be fun. But I think that's all the gaming topics I have for this week. I do want to end it with a deep freeze moment. Of course, I don't want to leave people hanging on that. Um, Yeah, exactly. Spooky Cruel. It shows that marketing to a more okay. Yeah, exactly. The Switch was a phenomenal console. It blew up at a bad time for society and having Animal Crossing and then all the Mario games and Zelda. Like it just, I couldn't see it not succeeding. So it was definitely big. But I want to move on here to our deep freeze moment of the week. The question is, what is the best 1v1 map in Call of Duty ever? Is it Rust? Is it Shipment? Is it Nuketown? What does chat think? Because I'm going to go ahead and say mine. It's Rust. Rust brings back so many great memories. It's crazy. Like, it's not too small. It's not too big of a map. It provided, like, verticality inside the map as well. And I just remember those days when Modern Warfare 2 first came out and someone wanted to prove that they were better than you. They'd be like, all right, 1v1 me, bro. Like, it's hilarious, right? And we all knew that we were all going to go play on Rust. People were going to spectate and watch it happen. It's such a classic map, and it's very impactful to the series as well. And hell, it's even in Modern Warfare 2019. So I mean, it, it, it's a phenomenal map. One downfall to it is I don't know why it's ever in rotation for the lobbies, but it's in 66 lobbies a lot, and it's a very hectic map. So if you want to be successful on that map, you got to be really good, honestly. But Nuketown was fun too. But the thing is, I hate Nuketown in general. Like every time there was like Nuketown 24/7, I hated it. Like 1v1, I like for my reason why that like Shipment and Nuketown doesn't work is that like Shipment was way too small. Like you take 2 steps and you'll see somebody. Nuketown I thought was just too big for 1v1. Like maybe if you're playing 2v2 moments and stuff like that, that's why I wouldn't say Nuketown. I think Nuketown was a great, like very arcade style map. If you want to kill, die, kill, die, kill, die, kill, die, kill, die for the entire match, it's probably not going to be fun, you know. Um, but overall, I mean, Nuketown gets brought into every iteration of Call of Duty that Treyarch has created. So I mean, it's overall a well-received map by the community. But if I had to choose from those 3 smaller maps, I would have to say Rust is the best 1v1 map for me, specifically, because it it adds different mechanics and ways that you can approach the map as opposed to shipment. It's literally just a square that you can just run side to side in. There's no like skill to that, you know. But yeah, man, that's my deep freeze moment of the week. Unfortunately, yeah, this is a much shorter episode. It's kind of expected though. It's just me. It's a solo episode. There wasn't too much gaming content over the last week, but I wanted to make sure I get it out to everybody. But if anybody ever does want to come on the show, hit me up for sure. If you want to be added to my Discord channel, so you can keep in contact with us as well, let me know as well. But unfortunately, it's time to close out this week's episode. I just want to thank everybody that did check me out today live and anybody that does check us out later on YouTube. Again, we are live every Sunday at 7 p.m. So if anybody want to engage in the conversations, like how I had Spooky Crew here today and Phil showed up for a few minutes, 7 p.m. every Sunday, no matter what. Or check us out later on YouTube if you don't have the time as well. We're slowly getting on to podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, and such. It's just I'm limited on hours of uploading, so I got to slowly add episodes over time. But nonetheless, definitely help us out by sharing our content as much as possible. We just love to grow the community and connect with as many gamers as possible. We also have the talk show over on our YouTube channel as well, or here live, usually every Monday at 7. But the next episode is this Thursday at 7 p.m. when I bring Tristan Bond on. He's a local artist in the Harrisburg area, and we're going to talk about his art journey, his impact and involvement in the community, and he's also a father now. He just became a father not so long ago, so we're going to talk about fatherhood. So check us out on Thursday at 7 p.m. for that. But where can you find me at social media-wise? It's Twitter at Mr. Never Chillin _. Xbox is X Never Space Chillin. If you want a game, party up, even just to talk or whatever, just let me know. Facebook is Vic Brubacher. Questions, concerns, comments, want to come on the show, hit me up there. My personal Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Mr. Never Chillin. But I've been streaming a lot here on this channel, which is x_chill_zone X. I know it's pretty convoluted there, but that's where we've been streaming a lot of our gameplay recently. But nonetheless, I want to thank everybody again. But until next time, peace.
Bust it down, wait a minute, we know life a game of inches. I'm in the game, you stayed the scrimmage, I played the trenches, you stayed on benches. No, I don't brag, no, I don't flaunt. This shit hit different when you come from the swamp. I told myself I'm my only comp. DMX, what you bitches want. Don't be phony, no reason to lie, no time for rest. I sleep when I die, you look in my eyes and see who inside. It's my turn for a piece of the pie. I can't follow you cause I lead by example. Believe in morals, no reason to scandal. I'm seeing you scramble from palm to heme. You souped up, they feeding you Campbell's. Nah, I don't shoot, nor do I tussle. This ice in my veins got me feeling like Russell. Mama.